Okay, we're on. Oh fuck, I can't even remember what this one's called, but it's this one. Looks like it's random starts in the middle. Team one, we've got. I'm just going to say ICV in pink, Boss 26 in yellow, Jammy in blue, Cookie Tuck Tuck in red, Prometheus in green, Iceman in teal. They're all coordinated, which is sensible. You really want to make sure you leave enough room here for the middle player to get enough harvest or refineries, because by the end of the game you are going to have completely filled that space, and you don't have enough time to do 2 harvesters per refinery on this map like you can on Iron Rush. But they are, they're fanning away on both sides, which is, polite, and these are, I believe, are all quite good players from memory. So, yeah, you'd imagine they know that as well as me. Both teams just getting their little entryway covered, and then also yellow has gotten a few out to scout. So you're guaranteed to lose them in the middle. It's always a good idea to spread a few out in a few different directions. I even come down these walls too, because you are susceptible to V2 or a surprise base crawl up there. And we can see red doing exactly that now on this side. If the game involves chronospheres and you haven't scouted, you can chrono an MCV in and do a base crawl behind. You really want to be on top of it all. And because players tend to play Soviet, there's no GPS. I didn't check who was what. But yeah, red's done that on both sides. Teal's now doing the same. Over there. Meanwhile, yellow's the only one doing really any scouting of note. So you build orders straight into a war factory and a service depot, and you really need to spam MCVs at the earliest possible opportunity. As we see, Teal now has got a few early tanks, and he's managed to sneak through. This is going to be really good for them. They've plugged that gap, but too late. TL can just scout, and they have to build into this real estate. So it does provide the ability to use some air later on. As we see now, MCVs coming out left, right, and centre. You want to get at least one outside your base, because this area gets very congested with people, and it's hard to build through, and you almost want to block it in a way, as we can see these guys doing here. So you get an MCV out, and then you've got freedom to build out here, which is now what Team 2 is doing. And yeah, just taking a moment, red, quite a few MCVs. Cash is okay, but yeah, you really want to make sure you've got. Yeah, he's just spamming harvesters now while he's getting his self-organized. What you can do is build a refinery. See how this one has gone? They naturally go up. On this side of the map, they go up like that. And this one has come from down here, has gone up, but when he's harvested, that's now the closest refinery. So you can sell this one and then build another one. So because now this has 2. So you can sort of like piggyback. So you're still getting additional harvesters, but you don't have to micro them. You can just sort of do it with a click of the sale button. And that way you can get a bit more bang for your buck. As we see, red is pushed into some air now while he's got a swarm out here and he's got this all well established, you really want as much of your production happening outside your walls, to the point where if I'm comfortable, I'll even sell these. Um, but you do want to make sure you've got your area, your gap covered. Otherwise, that's a risky strategy. So we see green here because he was sandwiched. He's still got room to expand, but doesn't have the biggest economy yet. Really probably should get that happening. Teal getting there. Red's the most serious economy in the game, and whilst that's not showing up necessarily here, you will notice as the battle, if you're doing a base race and swarming mammoths and you're trying to do air, you're spending all the cash all at once. Yellows just come over. So he scouted this earlier and noticed that red has built under what he knows, so he's just taking a few pot shots while he can for free. It's not really going to slow him down heaps, but but they're probably all on the tank limit right now. So we can see Green's got quite a decent line here. He's focused in the middle. He's got Teslas up. He's getting Sams up. He's spamming mammoths, which is probably going to cost him an arm and a leg, but he's keeping up. Teal, and he's sort of protecting Teal's airfield a bit, but now Teal's also, this is his responsibility on the northern side. And we see the mirror happening over here. So no real blows yet, apart from a scout inside, which wasn't ideal. And Team 1 have no vision of Team 2's economy yet. So you can see just fanning out, getting established. Blue hasn't crawled out with an MCV. Sorry, he has base crawled out. He hasn't used an MCV. But I guess that's your prerogative as the middle player by the looks of it, because Green has done the same thing. But we see now here they've left real estate for Blue to get some more refineries happening, because wow, he's got two extra harvesters that he's microed, but if this battle starts, he is going to spend all of that cash instantly. He really needs more. At least what's pink got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'd be looking more for red, and honestly, I would fill all of this up if green wasn't going to use it. And we can see now the battle started. Red's producing, and he's got a decent buffer. Blue's sort of countering, but green's also moving to meet that. But now pink is also pushing in between pink and teal and green. So yeah, bit of a coordinated thing perhaps, or maybe just top players knowing what to do and when. But he will lose these tanks, but he may be able to push this building radius back a bit. Although now, with both teams spawning right here and blue spawning all the way back there, they're not long for this world, and they're not really going to put any serious damage on. Same up here, pink's been swallowed, so green split both ways there and helped both sides, which is a good play. And now is pushing forward. He has freedom now to quickly build up to here, perhaps, if he can. Yeah, 1 or 2 Teslas will deal with these guys. Okay, red and green now going on a concerted push, and this is what I was talking about. Well, actually, blue has cash, so maybe he's just not building. That's, yeah, he's got no tanks on the field, and green and yellow are having a free-for-all here. So green and red are having a free-for-all with yellow, and they may be able to get around him and wind it, push him right back to towards the gap. So they've cut him off. Let's just see. He needs to keep pressure here, but he also, yeah, so he's pivoting. He split his forces. Needs to be coming around this way with something if he can. He does have some things there. Otherwise, he's just going to be chasing. Um, Green here. Okay, this is a good move. He's now using his buildings to kind of direct where yellow can build. Um, and yeah, he's trying to spam some units directly here, and he's got his got some infantry here that have been able to perhaps get to the end, or nearly. Flame towers up on the infantry. Another flame towers up. Is that the last one? It is. So yeah, you can see how annoying that is. Like he's had to come all the way this way to chase, and it looks like green in the meantime has successfully rolled yellow's building radius back and wiped out his units out front. He's starting to try and get it now, but red has well and truly got the ability to contain this in a moment. Pink's been a little bit annoying here, but a few Tesla should deal with that. Looks like green's probably just doing like a shift A, select all sort of thing with his tanks while he builds and relies on Tesla for this defense. Teal, no mammoths by the looks, just mostly on heavies. Moving these guys forward. He's got the top of the map controlled. Pink's not going to get around him. Yellow trying to break out again, but yeah, red now moving into position to well and truly contain that. Red's just been using some air, not that effectively by the looks of things. Whatever that was, he's got 10 more of them, so yeah, he's let them fly back, and now he's well, he might be better off using them here now that his team's tanks are here. If he's taking out Teslas and war factories, that'll roll him right back. What's he going for there? Probably a war factory. But red's busy on a few fronts, so he's not controlling these guys every single moment. So it looks like maybe he's just targeting FCVs, which will slow Pink eventually, but again, Pink's not base racing, so it's not nothing, but it's not the best thing you could be doing with those helicopters, in my opinion. But I mean, they've got this game sewn up. It's not a here nor there, really, and I'm not the one playing it. Red now, it's got a bit of a beachhead with some buildings, so he'll be spawning hopefully quite a bit here, but you know, they still do sort of pop up at random spots depending on, by this point I would have solved this, because this is just frustrating when the battle's over there and you've got 20 war factories over there, half your tanks are spawning here. Tons and tons of money, tons of refineries. Green's now caught up. Teal's just stuck with the 4, seems to be suiting Teal just fine. Blue never got going down here. Pink's now, yellow spread down. Pink's having a bite, and he's got a lot up here, so they know they need to get that sorted, and they should have done that a few minutes ago, really. But so far they've kept up with this battle. You can see Teal now, he's really moved his production right up to the front. He's got a few back here again. I'd just be selling these by this point and forcing them to at least spawn outside the wall. Green coming in with some Tesla now, right into the thick of it, moving his mammoths under that cover. Bit of air flying around, but not really deciding what's happening in this game, just helping out. Yeah, Teal needs to make sure he's got this covered. Pink's trying to make a break for it, which he may get away with here because he's spawning tanks right here and he's got a few Tesla in front. And that's just distracted them enough. Green's focused here, but Teal's now got to really focus on cleaning that up. Red has been pushed back all of a sudden. Wasn't sure, didn't see what happened, but it might have been the air in conjunction with the base crawl. So yeah, really ebbed and flowed. Pink now is getting around. And it's not necessarily about encircling or doing heaps of damage. It's just surviving, but it's a different way of maneuvering around the map. And if you can just sort of keep dropping your buildings out here, that's going to pull half of Iceman's attention away from really pressing the advantage down here. And same with Red, you know, Yellow's making a break for it down into here, and he's been quite successful. So Red's totally distracted now. He's got to deal with this. He's not up here anymore. And that just buys Blue time to get organised. So, you know, there's a lot of overlapping teamwork things happening here. Pink is desperate now. He's spawning rockets. He's got the kennels up for the build speed, maybe, or maybe just because they're cheap. Teal's got a Tesla up now. Can maybe, yeah, you need a couple of Tesla, I think, to get around a base crawl like this. It's most buildings need a few shots. So he's got his MiGs inbound now, so he's really focusing up here. He's really trying to catch this. Red's up here now, must have dropped that MCV. And he's now helped out, blocked Pink in, and shut that end of things. So yeah, now that's contained finally, but it did take some time. So the build radius is gone. There's not many tanks left. Red's counted down here. He's still distracted. He's not noticed this yet, although he just has. He's still got a build radius here, so he's just getting in the way again. It's a good way just to guide things where you want them to go. And yeah, no troubles now, just rolling this back. And I don't think Team 1 has any presence outside of the gateway except for this now. So they're really at a disadvantage. Teal just taking a moment, getting organised back here. Don't know if that was a shift all or what, but yeah, you can just see, like, with this kind of congestion trying to get out, it's just such a hassle. If you've got a moment and you've got a bit of dominance out here, I think it's well worth selling these buildings now. You're not going to lose any speed, and you just don't have to deal with this. Green got it well contained with Tesla and war factories. Moving some tanks in. Red doing the same. Teal's got his tanks now down. So really all the pressure's being applied here. So we'll see what happens in terms with the break-in. Okay, well, yellow's just quit, so I guess we won't. You can. So lining V2s, a lot of V2s up along these walls is good. A lot of these buildings are in range. You can see how pink has left that gap for that reason. But then that leaves the opening here. You can kind of fight your way in and also base crawl in with Teslas. And if you can break out into this zone and get back here quickly with some power plants and barracks and Tanyas and whatever, some war factories, and then you're well and truly in the back lines. Pink and blue still fighting to the last breath. Red now sniping at an MCV. I guess over time that's been effective because he's down to 1, 2, 3. He's just lost that one. 4, 5. So it looks like he's down to 5 now. He's lost 2 in this airstrike alone. Might get a third. Yeah, he's lost a third. So I think that's 4. That really limits Pink's ability to defend here with Teslas. And that just allows this pressure from Team 2 to push in. I don't know what's happening with Blue. I guess he's only got 2 war factories. Like, he's just still got all this cash, but he's lost all his ability to produce tanks. Never got his economy going down here. I don't think 4 harvesters is enough on this map. And Blue really needed to scale up a bit more, I think. Teal now, right in the back lines, scouting around. This is the first time they've seen any of this. But when you've got this much tank pressure, yeah, they've just quit. Yeah, you don't need to be worrying too hard about the air. The air's done its damage earlier in the game, and now you're reaping the benefits with your ground forces. So Pink doesn't want to quit yet, but he's down to what, 1, 2, 3. 3 MCVs by the look of things. Still plenty of tank production, still plenty of ore, but he is just losing that ability to base crawl, which is just one less feather in his cap. And, Team 2 now just has base crawled in. Getting some war factories behind this line is good, because then you've always got tanks spawning in here. Notwithstanding, this issue, which I've been talking about. Yeah, green, plenty of mammoths in, but also worth maybe getting a Tesla through here to do the same up north, but neither here nor there. And again, this congestion issue, because you are just trying to move all of your forces through this, and it might be congested with Teslas, and you might all be just trying to take the same path. Getting your build radius behind that wall is a big advantage for that reason. Not that it's going to change the outcome of this game, but if the other guys hadn't quit, it is quite possible to hold there. But that wasn't to be on this occasion, I guess.